the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
Well, the cold front came through last night. It is very cold this morning. We've had some reports around Oklahoma of some precip, and we do have storm tracker Jeremy Carter out this morning. He's driving around. Jeremy, what have you seen? What haven't you seen? How are things looking on the roads this morning?
Yeah, Andrew, really they look pretty nice. I'm on more going into Oklahoma City, coming up I-35. I've yet to see any freezing precip at all. There have been some reports around about it. But the good thing is the roads are clear, they've been pre-treated, and they're fairly dry. Back to you.
That pre-treatment is key because even if we did get any freezing drizzle around Oklahoma City, if the roads are pre-treated, it'd be so light that it really wouldn't matter all that much. There were some reports of some precip at Tinker Air Force Base. That's why we got Jeremy out here this morning. But other than that, we can look at our key focuses for the next few days with this winter precip chance, because today's drizzle, it's not the thing that I want everyone to pay a lot of attention to. It's just something we're keeping an eye on. The Arctic air sticks around for several days. Winter weather chances all the way through Thursday. Some data is dry, some data is not dry. So there's this uncertainty in the forecast that affects the exact percentage on chances that I'm giving this, but ice, sleet, snow, all of that's still on the table for the state of Oklahoma. Here's the cold front. It passed through. It's now cutting through North Texas, and it dropped temperatures significantly behind it. We are very cold this morning across the entire state, except for southeastern Oklahoma. We're also cloudy. We're going to see the clouds hang around for a while. We could see some additional very light freezing drizzle to just light regular drizzle as we go through this afternoon. Mainly stays south to east of Oklahoma City and the metro. And again, that's not the main focus of the next several days. The focus starts to pick up a little bit tomorrow morning. We could see some light freezing precip to perhaps some very light sleet. This is a little bit of a lower end and kind of quick hitter. Main energy is already off to the northeast by the time we get into the afternoon tomorrow. We're drying out during the evening. We'll have a little bit of a quiet spell. Never a warming spell, though. We are staying cold for a few days, really all the way through the middle of this week. And then it's Tuesday that I have increased those chances for us here across Oklahoma, as there's a better chance for a little bit of light snow possible up to the north here in central Oklahoma. A little bit of that sleet to freezing drizzle, especially to the southeast where we get that transition point, and then eventually all a cold rain to the very far southeastern extent of the state. We'll see the day-by-day track here in just a second. Here are those low-hanging clouds, though, causing some lower visibility along the horizon on our National Cam Museum cam, on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. There's that cold air, 23, feels like 8 because we also have a very stout north wind. The freezing line is all the way into eastern and southeastern Oklahoma. Here across the metro, low 20s air temps, western and northwestern Oklahoma in the upper teens to eventually low teens, even some single digits in the panhandle. And where we are very, very cold is in northwest Oklahoma in the panhandle. Wind chills right now below freezing. Single digit wind chills encroach well in to the metro this morning. So very, very cold here over the next couple of hours. Not warming up very much at all today through the next several hours. By lunchtime, I think wind chills still in the low teens, very much a likelihood here across the metro, and perhaps as warm as the mid to upper teens this afternoon. So not a lot of warming, maybe some 20s across the south. Everyone's very, very cold today. Through the morning hours, still holding on to that very low chance of some patchy freezing drizzle into the metro while our humidity is as high as it is. But as we head into the afternoon, our humidity is going to drop a little bit. That'll decrease those chances here. 28-hour high here in Oklahoma City, but that doesn't matter. You can throw that out because you got to factor in the wind chills. It's much colder. Low 20s for air temperatures to the northwest. This afternoon, that patchy to light freezing drizzle chance goes well off to the east, and then some just regular drizzle to the southeast. As we get ready for wave number 2, we're looking pretty dry overnight, but very cold, low 20s to even some mid-teens up to the north and low teens in the panhandle. And tomorrow afternoon, colder than today, mid to low 20s across much of the state. A very cold one. Wave number 2, late morning, and then it'll traverse across through the evening, really by the evening up into northeast Oklahoma. I'm only giving us a 30% chance here in Oklahoma City to even up to Stillwater for some very light sleet, maybe a little bit of light ice. The better chance for some light ice. Again, this isn't going to be a huge accumulation event tomorrow, but some light accumulations possible in eastern to south central Oklahoma. And then there's that transition just over to drizzle and light rain. Tuesday is where we see things start to change up a little bit. Tuesday morning, Wave number 2 will enter in the southwest and then pass through central Oklahoma as we go through Tuesday afternoon, which temperatures very cold once again, still in the 20s by that point, putting our chances for some of that light sleet to maybe a little bit of light freezing rain into that 60%. But I think the freezing rain zone is starting to ice areas, really starting to focus in on portions of eastern or southeastern and south central Oklahoma, as that transition zone is going to be a little bit more favorable for that. We drop the chances a little bit as we go Tuesday night into Wednesday morning and hold on to some of that freezing precip chance here in Oklahoma City. But as we go through the afternoon, we notice a little bit of a warming trend, so we could see that transition back into rain, some light rain on Wednesday afternoon here across the metro, and perhaps as it exits Thursday morning, a little bit of flurry action for us. As far as what I'm thinking, ice totals so far, mainly a glaze where we can get it, and where roads are pre-treated, that's definitely something favorable. The chance for some more problematic ice right now setting up in south central into portions of southeast Oklahoma as we go through the next several days. So obviously bridges and overpasses are going to be the main concern for any of the roads. I don't think any roads get closed from this event, at least in our neck of the woods, which is nice to see. Perhaps some school closings certain mornings where things get too cold and something doesn't melt, but we'll be keeping an eye on that for sure. In 82 hours, that's how long I'm looking at for our time below freezing. We went below freezing at 2 a.m. this morning. We're not going to get it back above it until noon on Wednesday, and then we can look forward to a warming trend as we go into next weekend. Highs back close to 60 by next Monday. That's all we got for now. Don't go anywhere. News 9 is going to be right back after this.